dear students, let us study about significant figures. So to understand this term, let us take an example. Suppose there is an object and you have to measure the mass of that object. So you are measuring it with the help of a physical balance and it comes out to be 3.2 gram, suppose. And now the same object with the same amount, you are measuring it with the help of an electronic balance. Now the mass came out to be 3.23 gram. So if you will see, you are measuring the same amount of matter, but there are uncertainty between the two different balance. So every experimental measurement has some amount of uncertainty associated with it. It can be for any reason, like it depends on the measuring instrument or the skill of the person measuring the measurement. So it can be of any reason. The uncertainty in the experimental or calculated value is indicated by significant figures. If you have to define significant figures are meaningful digits which are known with certainty plus one uncertain number. It means if you will see this example, there is given 10.15, and if you will see the number, the 10.1 is considered as sure, or you can say the certain numbers, and the last digit is considered as doubtful, or you can say the uncertain digits. It means these values are considered as certain digits and the last value is considered as uncertain. Uncertain means doubtful and the others are meaningful. So in other words, you can define significant figures that all meaningful digits along with one doubtful digit is considered as significant figures. To determine the number of significant figures, there are certain rules. Let us go with these rules one by one. The first rule is given: all non-zero digits are significant figures. All non-zero means there will be no zero. All the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 goes on up to 9. So all non-zero digits are considered as significant figures. There is an example given 285 centimeter. So if you will see here, all the digits are not zero. So here it has been, the significant figures are 3. The another one is 5.324. The decimal is there, but if you will see the numbers or all the digits, all are non-zero. So it means if you will count, it is 4 significant figures. The next example is 1.26. In this also there is no zero, all are non-zero digits, and the significant figure is here, it should be 3. The second rule is zeros preceding to first non-zero digit are not significant. It means if 0 is coming before a non-zero digit, so it will not be counted as a significant figure. For example, 0.03. So here the 0 is coming before a non-zero digit. A non-zero digit is here 3 and 0 is coming before a non-digit. So here if you will count the significant figure, it will be only 1. There is another example given 0.0052. Here if you will see, 0 is coming before a non-zero digit number. So the significant figures here, it will be 2. And understood? The next rule is zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. It means if there is two non-zero digit and between these two non-zero digits there are 0, so it will be counted as a significant figures. Like if you will take an example 5005, so here 5 is non-zero digits and two zeros are in between the two non-zero digits. So here if you will count the significant figure, it will be 4 in number. Like suppose if you will calculate 101, so here 0 is between the two non-zero digits, that is 1. So here it will be 3 significant figures. Or whether it is there is a decimal also in between, then also if you have to calculate, that is 2.005. So here 0 is between the two non-zero digit, that is 2 and 5. So the significant figures here it will be 4. Clear? Let us go with the next rule. Zeros at the end or right of a number are significant. It means if the 0 is after a non-zero digit along with the decimal point, or you can say with the right side of the decimal point, because just now we have studied before the decimal point if 0 is there, and so it will not be counted. So here if you will see here, the 0 before the decimal, it will not be counted for the significant figures. But if there is a decimal point and on the right side of the decimal point there is a non-zero digit, along with the non-zero digit there are 0 after the non-zero digit, so then it will be counted for the significant figures. So here it will be, you will be seeing it is 0.200. So there is decimal, and after a decimal there is a non-zero digit, and after the non-zero digit to the right side of the decimal point there are two zeros. So here if you will count the significant figures, it will be 3. The next is given, but if otherwise the zeros are not significant if there is no decimal point. Like example 100. So here there is no decimal point after 1, to the right side of the non-zero digit there is 0 and 0. So here if you will count the significant figures, it will be only 1. But if I put a decimal before 1 and now it is 0.100, and now if you have to calculate, then what will be the significant figure? So in this condition the significant figure is 3. So that is the difference between when the decimal point has been mentioned. And even if you will see, there is one more example given, that is 100.0. Like if you will say in simple maths or in common language, if it is given 100 and it is 100.0 or one more 0, so when we have say, we say there is no difference because the value is the same. 100 is here also and 100.00 is also same. But if you have to mention the significant figures, here it will be only 1 in this case, and here if you will go, it will be calculated 1 2 3 4 and 5. So here the significant figures becomes 5. So there is a difference, there is a very minute difference, but be very clear about the rules. Next, let us go with the next rule. It has been said, like counting the numbers of object. Like suppose if you have to count in your room, there are balls, apples, mangoes, anything. If you have to count that, you will count, it will be exact in value. Like there is 2 balls, 2 chairs, 2 books. So they are fixed value, or you can say the exact numbers. So in this condition, if you have to say about the significant figures, the significant figures are infinite. It means, like just now we have studied, like if you write, suppose 100, we have said it is 100, so one significant figure. But if we write 100.0, it will become, because the decimal, before the decimal also the 0 will be calculated, because there is one is non-zero digit, and after the decimal there is 0. So if you will count here, it will be counted 1 2 3 and there will be 4 significant figures. if I write 100.00, so here it will become 5 significant figures. It means, so in the same case of two balls, if you write 2.00 or 2.000, so here the significant figures will change. So it means here the significant figures are considered as having infinite in numbers. It means infinite significant figures. Any exact numbers will be considered that they are having the infinite significant figures. Hope you all understand.